So my fellow Grenadians, here is an interesting, intriguing issue. And I want you to get involved and help me unravel it. Now, remember, it was just in August, we told you guys that our logo was approved for the GSDP. Well, what do you know? When we took a look at the actual approval in Parliament, it was actually done a very long time ago. Okay, because we did this a while ago, We submitted all the paperwork a while ago. And this was approved on May 24th of this year. And we only got word about this approval from the relevant authorities in August. And part of it, I believe, is, we had some internal communication and we was kind of wondering, what's going on? What's taking so long? And we went in the public space. Mr. Nicholas Macmillan actually made a Facebook post about it, talking about how long it's taking. And what do you know? A couple of weeks after that, then we got word that it was approved. But the paper is clear. It was approved since May 24th. And we suspected that was the case a long time ago, because someone who does, I believe is close to the current administration started talking about the party around that time. So they probably would have gotten inside information and word that that was the case. Okay? And certain individual who's actually part of Parliament reached out to us. So I guess we suspected that a bit, but we said, hey, well, we have to wait until we got that word. We, of course, tried to reach out to the relevant authorities, and there's, the word was that it wasn't ready yet. So I want you, the Grenadian people, to explain to me why the intrigue in all of this. What happened? What do you think? What's the reason why anyone will try, in some respects, to retard the progress or to inhibit the progress of the GSDP? Why do you think? And why do you think also when the GSDP made several videos talking about the disenfranchisement of the people of St. George Northeast? Because of course, their MP that they elected was pretty much for a very long time, okay, a lame duck MP. And even when he was active, did not introduce anything that was in the best interest of the people of St. George Northeast. And we spoke over and over about that. Why was the people of the St. George Northeast disenfranchised? Okay? Both as both in Parliament and also as the gentleman was part of government, where he had an opportunity to funnel government resources towards the people of St. George Northeast, and that did not take place. Okay? So in some respects, the people of St. George Northeast voted overwhelmingly for the gentleman, but yet still they were taken for granted and they were starved, okay, of their rightful share, and I would believe lion's share of resources should have come to the people of St. George Northeast, because again, the gentleman at the time won by over 1,000 votes. By Grenada's margin, that is a lot. Okay? But it tells me that and I believe that the people of St. George Northeast is taken for granted, and was taken for granted, and is taken for granted. Because in some respects, I believe that they believe, and I'm talking about the NDC party and Mr. Reddit, the sitting MP, believes that they can take the people of St. George Northeast for granted. That they have them in a bag, so to speak. So they don't need to coach you. They don't need to work hard for you. They don't need to do anything to get your vote, because they feel some sense of entitlement Ah, we have them already. It's not a big deal. But as usually is the case, at the last minute, closer to election, now they're going to come and try to rile you up, pretend they're busy all over the place, like Speedy Gonzales, doing little things here and there to influence you. Okay? They want you to forget the years of neglect that they neglected you. But I hope you, the people of the St. George Northeast constituency, see through all of this and don't allow yourselves to be bamboozled, to be deceived, to be fooled by these last-ditch, last-minute efforts to try to garner your votes. People who disregarded you for such a long time cannot come and give you a little token of appreciation and a little token work just before election to have you believe that they have your back. It is quite obvious that they don't. It is also quite obvious that they don't even have respect for the gentleman who you elected as MP. And you would believe, if they cared so much about the people of St. George Northeast, that even if they had removed the gentleman from his government executive branch position, that they would have continued to funnel resources, okay, to the people of St. George Northeast. But that was not the case. Again, now, like Speedy Gonzales, they're running all over the place trying to do quick fixes. I'm not even going to talk about some of the crazy things that I see they're doing construction-wise, especially in the Willis area, that I am very alarmed about. But back to what we have said. Approval for the symbol in May 24th, and we constantly kept in touch and only found out about it in August. That's a very long time. Okay? It's a very, very long time. So why do you believe that this would have been done to the GSDP? The question further arises, who exactly is behind those actions? Who were influencing the people who are responsible, okay, in terms of bureaucracy? Who was influencing them to inhibit our progress? Your guess is as good as mine. We believe that none of that was by accident, that it was deliberate, it was purposeful. And that is why you see again, they think that they're very slick. Because we talk about the disenfranchisement of the people of St. George Northeast. Then all of a sudden, a few months before election, you see they pretend that they're creating some sort of information and technology or whatever ministry for the gentleman. Now, I want to understand, in that capacity, what has this gentleman done? In his government capacity, okay, as part of the executive branch of government, what has this gentleman done since he got this post that affects or impacts the people of St. George Northeast constituency in any significant way? I would like them to tell us. But again, they think that they can take Grenadian people for granted. They have shown the people of St. George Northeast that they don't really care about them. That they believe they can dismiss them, they can disrespect them, and there will be no consequences. But as you have seen, Mr. Nicholas Macmillan has worked arduously, okay, for you. Just by our speeches, we were able to achieve certain things in your constituency that other people for years neglected. Of course, I'm talking about the Tempe playing field steps. One word from the GSDP, and guess what? In a matter of days, it was fixed. In a matter of days, it was fixed. Again, let that be, or let that have some sort of symbolism. Let it make an impression on you that if the GSDP can get things done, while not in office, while not part of government, can you only imagine what can be achieved if the GSDP is in government? Be wise, people of St. George Northeast. It is the GSDP that has your back. Last-minute pretensions should never sway you to vote for them. Vote wisely. Vote for Mr. Nicholas Macmillan. He's one of you. He understands your struggle. And when he gets in, he would be able to represent you